What's up?
What's happening?
Chris. Hey, JB.
We'll see.
Alrighty. For both of them?
We'll see.
What happened to Donovan?
Just, the other night in the game, towards the back end of that fourth quarter, it just started to build on him and just became sore.
So your numbers in this series against Boston with and without Donovan are quite striking. If he can't play tonight, how do you make up for such an absence?
Everybody. That's the only way we can do it. Everybody's going to have to tick up a little bit. Not one person obviously is going to replace what Donovan does for us, but everybody's just got to tick up. Whatever their strength is, whatever their skill set is, they got to go out and be the most confident version of themselves tonight. But again, we'll always do it together.
Joe?
I don't mean to sound cynical here. I'm genuinely asking. Jarrett, he's been out 2 weeks now. He's been questionable for every game. How can you be questionable for 2 weeks?
Just because it's a matter of how you wake up and feel that day, to be honest with you. Obviously, with what he's going through, like everybody's body heals and feels differently, and the pain moves, in different ways. And if he wakes up and feels like he can go, then he's going to go. And, every day for a while now, he's been trying to go and trying to do more. So, we just genuinely don't know when that day is going to come. And then a lot of that is the stuff that you have to go through the league and what you label guys. So, I think that's part of the reason why he's been questionable as well.
And then, the other night, in the late third, early fourth quarter, you went ultra small. I mean, you typically value size. What did you think of the small game?
I thought it was really good for us. The movement, the spacing, all those things. The shooting that it provides. I thought it was good for us. Again, you're going through these things, and obviously missing Jarrett, your rotations change quite a bit, and you're just trying to find some pairings that either worked in the regular season or just what your gut tells you might need in that moment. That was one of the lineups that we thought we needed, and I thought it was good for us.
Hey, JB, your medical staff or Donovan, anybody told you that this calf injury is related to him pushing through the knee on the same leg?
No one has said that to me, no.
And just in your conversations with Donovan, what is his mood about? I mean, we've seen him pushing through everything. What's his mood about this latest injury and whether he plays?
He obviously wants to play, and he'll do everything in his power to be able to play. But it's always the same with all of our guys. If he's in a position where he can't protect himself, then we won't ask him to play. He knows his body well enough at this point where he knows if he can't go out and give what he needs to help the team win, then he won't be able to play.
Hey, JB, I know with Jarrett Allens, as a coach, you can only do so much with injuries. But when this happened, Game 4, that was back on April 27th, did you ever anticipate it taking this long?
You honestly didn't know. Obviously when they go and do the MRI and it comes out to what it is, you just don't know. I know Jarrett. I know Jarrett wants to be on the floor, and he would do anything in his power to be on the floor. But, obviously he just can't go and hasn't been able to go. So, again, we'll see tonight. Again, he'll go out and see what he can do, and we'll see if he'll be able to give us what he can.
Chase?
To Joe about the small lineup, we talked about it after the game, and you said you felt like it ran out of steam. What did you mean by that?
I just thought that they were able to find a way to take advantage of it. When you are that small, obviously, and they've got the bigger wings, they can put a ton of pressure on you. From an offensive standpoint, from an offensive rebounding standpoint, all those things. So I thought it just, I think some of those lineups obviously are dictated based on their matchups and those things also and how effective they can be. But I think, when you get into a lot of the switching and things like that, it can slow those lineups down. But again, everything's on the table, and we'll find our spots because I do think it was, it had some success where we can throw it back out there again.
Coach, you also did play Dean Wade at the 5. What did you think of his ability to hold his own with Al Horford in the paint with that series?
I think he's done a good job. The difficult part with Dean is just the amount of minutes that he's able to play right now. But Dean's a good basketball player, and he's one of those rare guys that just knows how to fit in, and his game just fits in, right? So it doesn't take him long to get comfortable or be in the right position, and I think he showed that the other night.
What is his minutes position for today?
I'm not going to tell you that.
Spencer Davies, Cats Insider. When you look at the difference execution-wise between Game 2 and Game 3 on the shots you were allowing Boston to take, execution-wise, what was the difference between running them off, obviously, in Game 2 and being a little late?
We were a step short on everything, I thought, and that was the difference. And, when you're a step short against this crew, like they're hunting those threes, I thought when we were in Boston, we were body to body and toe to toe on every closeout. I thought that's why we were able to, limit the amount of threes that they took and make the ones that they did take so difficult. But last game, I thought, to start the game in particular, we were just, we stopped a step shorter than we had the night before.
And then just as far as Drew Holiday and Derek White, obviously really good on ball pressure. How do you feel like your guards have handled that? It seems like they've taken care of the ball pretty good.
Yeah, I think our guys have played well from that standpoint. Those are two of the best, defensive guards in our league. But I think we have two of the best offensive guards in our league who know, how to create separation, how to value the basketball, and then teammates doing a great job of setting screens for them to kind of loosen them up as well.
The other night, Evan shared with me that Boston's kind of throwing more bodies at him immediately to kind of limit his impact on the boards. I think Game 3 was the first time he had single-digit rebounds in this series so far. Is there a way that you guys could just kind of maybe go bigger and just kind of help Evan out a little bit so that Boston can't kind of not let him dictate the flow of their offense and just everything else?
Yeah, again, we're playing the lineups and matchups that we think are going to give us the most success. With Dean being out, that just makes us smaller. Obviously, we have, Marcus and George that give us more size up front. I think we've mixed those lineups in as well. But, we're playing the biggest guys we got, and that's what we'll continue to do.
And he tweaked his ankle. Is there any concern with him going forward?
He's going to play.
Anything else from the room? Okay, we can wrap it up.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.